What's up, everybody? This review, we're looking at the G.I. Joe Classified Kyle Budo Jesso. So this is going to be a pretty cool one to take a look at because he seems to come with a whole nother look for himself. So we're going to be doing some interchanging going on here, which is going to be pretty cool. So you've got Budo here in the packaging. Got that carbon fiber side. We've got the window. You can see him. Another head sculpt. A couple different helmets, different torso and waist, and looks like something to go around the neck. Different pieces. So gonna be pretty cool seeing that. But turn it to the side. We've got Budo there. We've got the 174. Got him on the back. Got him in this type of garb. We've got different accessories highlighted there. Other side. Back to the front. Now let's get him open and check him out. So here's Budo outside of the packaging, and he looks pretty cool. But this is going to be one interesting review here just because of the way that it's set up and the different accessories that he comes with. So he's got an interesting look, pretty cool look, and you can see like samurai type garb mixed in with his military gear, which is really cool. We'll throw him to the side here and take a look at some of those accessories. So he comes with this rifle, and this is not one of my favorite rifles at all. I believe the mag does drop out the back. You got those bipods, just weird. These bipods being right there just kind of really bother me. Not my most favorite rifle at all. You got the port on the end. You've got 3 different types of his katanas, different lengths. So got a really long one here, smaller one, and a medium one. And you can see they've got the different different patterns from being made, but this one doesn't have the same matching. A nice silver on there, black handles, really cool. He's got this pistol that looks really awesome. I like it a lot. So you got a little light laser on the bottom. Then you got that extended mag. Got those grooves in there. So a lot of details in there, but no dry brushing to bring it out or anything like that. But it does look really nice. Probably one of my more favorite designs now. That one looks good. So you've got this for your sword. Check that out. Green rope. And really, you've got 2 different ends here. Wonder if I could fit another one in there or something. Or does it matter which direction? Maybe so you can throw it over either arm, possibly. You've got this little cover here. Goes around his neck, flows down the back. It's not plain. You've got this little dry brushing on there. Looks good. Got a couple different head sculpts or helmets. So you've got one extra head sculpt. Very interesting look. I don't know, something about it. It looks just blah to me, I guess. Like, I don't know, he's not interested. Zoned out sort of look. I don't know what it is about it. Then you've got this helmet here. Really cool. So you got this samurai type look. You got this nice silver, nice design in there. Same thing across the top, the brown, the red. Got that little texturing there. You've got the silver crown horn part of it, the red jewel. You've got the chin strap and the comms that make it a more like modern military helmet. So actually, when you look at it, it does kind of look like a military helmet that he just added these parts to it. Like when you look at it from the bottom, you can see it like more of a military helmet, and then added that on. Just personalized it, but it does look good. Then you get this really cool one here. So you get this little mask there. Got the silver teeth. You get the silver right here with that red. Really nice silver and red right there. Nice silver right there on the ornament. You've got all of those different layers here. You got that on the back, little rope. Looks good. Looks really cool. Like that really nice helmet. Probably the one I'm going to end up using or something. You got this little neck guard here. Then you get two different shin guards. One for each side. Black, matte black with the brown. Couple forearm guards. Red. More of a samurai look. These come down to cover over like the knuckles. You can see where the thumb will go. Got some protection. They look good. Nice folds in there. You got a new torso piece, a new chest piece. So right now on him, he's wearing a plate carrier with the shoulder pads that look very much like the samurai shoulder armor. This one is definitely more samurai inspired. Got this nice deep brown. You got silver and red, other browns, silver, green. Nice texturing in there. It's really good. It's a lot of different colors in there. And then you get a different waist guard, which looks awesome also. So you got the same little protection here. Then you got these little tabards. It's just a plain red, plain red. You've got a couple of spots for your swords. Look good. Yeah, and that's it for the accessories. A lot of it is going to be, we got quite a bit just for the look portion versus weapons. So looking at Budo, he looks pretty cool. He comes off as like a really young guy for me for some reason. Maybe it's the, top knot sort of thing. It looks like he had it cut right across the top. But you got the shaved hair on the sides and the back. Pretty okay look to him. Not bad. Got a little bit of a shadow there. You got the plate carrier, the brown, black, that same emblem there, his name. Got this really cool G.I. Joe. You got that armor plates. Jewels on the back of the hands on there, on the forearm. You've got more of a modern belt system here. Then you got the scabbard here. Got the holster there, leg holster. Back of the plate carrier. A little bit of gray in there in between the green. Black and brown boots. And that's it for his look. I mean, you got the nice folds and everything like that. He looks pretty good. You got this gray undershirt. I do like the way that they did the G.I. Joe like that. That's pretty cool. And that's it for his look. For articulation, head looks down about that far, looks back there. Then you got the joint at the base of the neck. So it'll allow him to look down a little bit further. Look up. Still not too far. But that's not bad. Tilt to the side, pretty good for some emotion. Yeah, not bad. That's pretty good motion. Got butterfly joint, T-pose. This flexes this armor piece, so it doesn't hinder you. Upper bicep cut, double jointed elbows, and you got your hinge rotation in the wrist. We've got ab crunch in there. But the way this armor is done on the front, it pretty much runs into this waist here. But you do get that much crunch. On the back, it's done just a little bit different. Get a couple more clicks in there. So it goes back just a little bit further than he does forward. Ball waist. Drop down hips. Leg goes forward about that far. Really nice. Back to just a little slightly past neutral. Upper thigh cut. Double jointed knees. upper boot cut, hinge, pivot, and the foot and ankle. And that is it for his articulation, which is pretty good. You can get him in some nice poses. Let's try out some of those accessories. So here's Budo with this helmet style on there, which I didn't know if it was going to work or not because he has that his hairpiece, but it didn't seem to stop it at all. Seems to be working just fine on there. Got the rifle in his hand, got the swords in there, pistol holding the other smallest knife. So pretty cool. One thing is I wanted to flip this katana like the other way, kind of like that. I wanted it to sit more like that, and then maybe it's weird with it being on with these hooks being on top. It pretty much says that it needs to be curved down, and I believe they're curved upwards. I want to say could be wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure they're curved upwards, and I think it's like a gravity thing. Like these swords are so sharp that hanging down, like the natural pull of gravity over time, will actually cause the sword to cut through their scabbard. I believe that's the way it works, um, and so they carry it this way so that it doesn't go through there. So when you draw it, you don't slice whatever's left of the scabbard and cut yourself, take anything off. I believe that's it. So I kind of want to do this a little differently, but you can't because it's kind of molded this way to be held that way. Now, I guess if it's a little more straight up like that, I guess maybe it's not a problem. Maybe that's the way I will do it, leaving it straight that way. I think that's kind of cool. And that'll kind of, I'll just have to keep messing with it. I guess that'll kind of take my, I won't think about it as much if I do it that way. I'll put it that way. But this one, same issue. But yeah, he does look good like this. We can try the I guess you got to get the sword off for this piece. I'm probably not going to be using this at all. Probably end up using the other armor type. It just looks that pretty cool. And then with his hair down, we'll try him with this helmet. And it does not work because of the hair. Same issue with the other helmet. So you need this one to get the helmets on. Good to know. Let's try out that other armor set now. So this is what he looks like without the armor on. It just separates in different places. So on the side here, it's where it plugs in both sides. And you can slide it off. Same thing with the waist. The waist has its own little area to do that also. Right in there. You take that off. Hands come off, everything like that. This is what he looks like. And then what we're going to do is just start replacing some of those parts. So let's see here. We got the new armor. Just kind of dressing him up. Matter of fact, I'm not going to waste y'all's time, watching me dress him up. He'll just be here in just a snap. All right, so here is Budo with the alternate, pretty much everything, and I think he looks amazing. I think he looks so awesome. This is how I'm going to display him for sure. The armor looks great on him. The switch out, so the forearms, like the skirt, the mask, just so cool. It looks good with that on him. I believe the holster is meant to come off, like slide it off his leg, and then it will give like attach better. But I decided to leave it on. That's where it plugs in the back, and you can see it's a little bit of tension from having that increased, pull right there. These pieces right here are separated, and it's just held on with tension, so you can slide it on and off. But man, he looks great. Check that out. I'm loving this look, this style. So cool. That's just so awesome. Kind of wish he came with some extra hand sculpts to like do a little posing, because they got to get down with some hand to hand every once in a while, and that would have been nice. Yeah, he looks really awesome like this. Definitely liking this look. For a quick comparison, we've got our Night Force Quick Kick, and then we've got our Sergeant Slaughter, just to show a larger figure in there. He's definitely larger with the armor on. Without it, he's not even. He's shorter, less bulky. Sarge is still one of those larger figures, which I love. One of my favorite figures there. But when we see our Budo next to Quick Hit, man, I really love this. I did it for a reason, just because I figure some of those colors they really match, And I did want to army build our Quick Kick from this set in this suit, so I can have one Quick Kick normal, the head sculpt, and then the rest with this head sculpt. So it'd be part of his own little squad. But man, you see Budo here, and then I can also see like a couple of these guys standing with him. Like that would be so awesome. There they are from the side. And I'm thinking probably could throw this on top of Quick Hit if you wanted to. You got the different armor, like the forearms. You could probably throw on them if you wanted to. In fact, let me see if I can. That's kind of what it would look like there. Just so you can make it look just a little bit different. If you're army building, you're going to have some that look standard anyways. Then you've got a different look that you can do, throwing on different parts. Whatever's left over from our Budo, I do like the belt that he comes with, and then you won't have any extra swords really, because your swords are still being used on the other alternate suit. So pretty cool. Now, maybe swap the heads. Now, there's a little head swap there. This one looks okay. Not terrible. But it does look a little bit smaller without the headgear on. And this one looks a little too big for the body. Take the top part of that helmet off. And he looks pretty good on that quick kick body. So he looks awesome there too. So maybe you're building them and you got him in the background. Wonder what this let's see. There we go. I know I set it down for a second. So then I don't know if that head sculpt would fit on it. Nah, it's not gonna fit on there. It's got that inside little lip in there to fit a normal head sculpt. So I don't know. There would be no reason to really cover it up with this one. Can you get it over? Yeah. But then it's like, still looks the same unless you're gonna do one of those. Take off your mask. Like, okay. And then you got another face under there. Like, oh crap. Huh. Well, that head sculpt looks a little bit better with this helmet versus the other one. This one's flared out. That one is not as flared out. But it does look good. And I put that head sculpt on a hawk body and it doesn't sit low enough. You can see how long the neck looks. Looks crazy. So definitely looking for something of a shorter neck. And here's the other head sculpt on the quick kick body. So looking completely like a whole other person here. All right, so that's going to be it for this one. Overall, I like the figure. I think it's really cool. It comes with quite a bit of different parts. I love that it comes with an entire other set of armor, honestly. Like, that's pretty wild. And you could throw this on a bunch of other figures, like I showed with the quick kick, and just kind of mix and match, make yourself a little squad. Everybody's a little different. It's got its own uniqueness to it. It looks really cool. The paint apps are really, really nice. The sculpting on it is great. The articulation is really good. I think the only thing I really want is maybe some extra hands for expressions. Other than that, I mean, it's pretty cool. I mean, I really like it. You got the couple of different head sculpts. Man, you just come with so many different parts. And again, the paint and everything looks good. The sculpting looks good. So I think one thing that would have been cool is I could see why they don't do it because it's very unique. But if they would have had like some kind of stand for the armor to kind of sit on, the extra set, I think that would have been pretty nice. But I might look into trying to find something that's like 3D printed now to have this stuff on display. I think that would be pretty nice. But yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty cool. I definitely like the way it looks. It's going to stay like this on my shelf. I think this is the way that I'm settled on. And, I enjoy it. Hopefully I showed you enough to help you out deciding whether it's for you or not, whether you're going to pass on it or wait for a sale or something. Maybe you've got your own little combination you saw by seeing all the different parts in the video of where you're going to throw these extra parts at or to, or who you're going to put it on, or how you're going to mix and match. Curious how you guys might display yours, but this is the setup for me. So yeah, that's going to be it for this review, and I will catch y'all in the next one. Later.